Yeah. I think we're live. Hello and welcome to, well, it's not even the start of August. I'm talking about Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post betting already. You wanted it, here it is. So over the next hour, we are going to go through some of the championship races and some of the novice chases. And as always, get your comments in on the section and we'll read them out through every race that we're going through. So we will start Tuesday, Arkle Novice Chase. So as the betting is underneath, there's going to be lots of horses entered in. I just seen the winner going across there anyway. But anyway, Arkle Novice Chase. This time of the year, we don't really know who's going champion, who's going Arkle. Dave, your thoughts? Who's going where?
I just want to start with Dom Irish's comment earlier.
What's that now? I just want to team this.
I mean, you keep commenting on the videos, but you're waiting on a live feed about 6 hours, so don't be fooling nobody.
It's a number one.
Don't be fooling nobody. You love these videos. Fucking waiting all day to see it.
Come on, text last night.
Okay. Anyway, the Arkle for me, again, all these are hard to figure out because horses be going all over the place. But Shishkin is surely going to turn up here in the mold of Altior. He looks a very, very good winner of the Supreme last year. I reckon the Supreme is a good race. I think Abracadabras. Say that, actually.
Abracadabras?
He's been practicing top.
It's not jump horses. They're not named bloody goddamn stupid French, Arabic, bloody...
George Nixon is on and on.
That's a first.
Shishkin is the right favourite. He's way too short to be back in now at the moment for me. I know some of the lads in the group are going on about Classical Dream. That thing is an absolute head of ball. Tom done us a favour 2 years ago when he won the Supreme. He had us on great prices, but I think that's the ceiling of his ability, to be quite honest. He lost the plot last year.
I can make a case.
You could, but he's fucking nuts. Like.
He lost the plot though, lads, didn't he? Like,
he was absolutely mental last year.
I don't know if any jockey other than Ruby Walsh can control him, to be honest.
Yeah, it was probably one of Ruby's best tries to get him to win.
The way he bows his head and he just runs nearly through the bridle, it's nuts. It's a great ride by Ruby. But for me, it's Captain Guinness each way is the best bet. That's my best bet. And then I like Darver Star each way as well.
Can't have Darver Star. I agree. Captain Guinness travelled so well in the Supreme before he got brought down. That was only his third race of his whole career. He's with the right trainer, 2 mile Captain Guinness, 20-25 to 1. If you take out Envoy Allen's in the bet, he's not going to run in this. You have Sharjah, who can fairly certainly won't run in this. You have Abracadabra, who's entered in this. You take them out, you land on Captain Guinness 25 to 1. Come today, he is going to be nowhere near 25 to 1. He'll be single figures. If you like him, I get on with him.
Yeah, I think Shishkin is very good. I
think it's short for what he's done. Well, he's won a Supreme, so I think it's short for a novice. I
don't think he's short, but I don't think he's too big at the same time. I wouldn't back him at 4s. It doesn't interest me, but I think he's definitely obviously the right favourite. I think there were 2 horses to take out of that Supreme, which were definitely Shishkin and Abracadabras.
Robbie thinks you're fucked.
I got hay fever today, lads. I'm absolutely dying. I've made sure I found out where the mute button is if I start sneezing.
Answer the question, Tom.
Already out of bed. No, I was going to say I look like one of our friends on a night out in the WhatsApp group, but maybe that's going a bit too far.
Yeah, it's not going too far.
Don't say it. Call it. Say it.
But yeah, Shishkin for me is definitely. I think he's got the ability to be a very, very good horse. He didn't travel very well in the Supreme, and he had to get lucky to get to the front. I think I think he's a very good horse. I'm really looking forward to him over fences. As I say, he's a bit short. Derby Star, if they go chasing, he's just one that'll go under the radar because he's trained by Gavin Cromwell and he's owned by a syndicate. But 25-1 for a horse that's finished, when he finished second in the Champion Hurdle or whatnot. So
Second or third, yeah.
Third, yeah. And he did that at Leopardstown as well. So he's backed it up now twice. It wasn't just a fluke. So, yeah, if I was going to have a bet at the minute, it would probably be him. But I do really like the favourite as well.
Yeah, I think as of right now, I gladly leave Shiskin at 4-1, and I've backed Captain Guinness already, so I'm very happy with what I've got with him.
Derby Star was third in the Champion Hurdle, yeah. So and second.
I have both of the ones I put up back, so I'm quite happy with that as well.
Now, on to the Queen. Honeysuckle defending our crown. No questions asked. Can we move on?
In the Mare's Hurdle.
Yeah. You're not looking at the screen. I spend all my time doing these graphics. You're not even looking at the screen.
I'd be happy to take her on.
Why?
I know who you're going to pick. Concertista.
I'd take Concertista at a minute at 10s.
Yeah.
I just think her Cheltenham form is electric. If you want a mare that's going to be in the first three, I think she's the one. She's 10-1. And if we knew, apparently Patrick said on this show that she wasn't going to run in this, but I wasn't on that day. But if Benny ran here and you got 4-1, and if you got 5-1 about her and 4-1 Honeysuckle, I'd back Benny all day long. She should have beaten her last year. So.
No, she shouldn't have. She wouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
Will you stop with this nonsense? She had the whole goddamn straight to go past her, and she didn't. She's a 3-miler. She stepped up the 3 miles. She'd win the stairs. End of discussion.
This debate is
it's going on since
kind of rages on. It's going on since March. It's good. I'd love to see I'd love to see the two of them go against each other again and throw in Concertista, throw in Dame de Campagna, and I think you have a proper good race. The mares' races are actually getting better and better since the program came in. They were a bit of a muchness at the start, but I actually like the mares' races now. But
I think they've done what they were meant to. I think they've done what they were meant to. You know, they were meant to keep horses and mares go into training rather than mares just go into the breeding shed. And now we're seeing mares with very good pedigrees running in these races and being trained. So it's no surprise that we're getting these mares who can then take on the boys, you know. So
look, it's good, Tom. There's something about mares. I think fans just latch onto them, like an Abel and Love and mares through the years on the flat, and then like Annie Power and so on and so forth. But for the actual race, like I'm Benny's biggest fan. Kubo thinks he's Benny's biggest fan, but I am, and she won't beat Honeysuckle over 2 mile 4.
Thank you.
Do you not reckon, though?
No, she won't. She's too much speed.
Her best form is on soft ground over 3 miles. She wants all the 3 miles.
Her best two performances have been the French Champion Hurdle and the Galmoy at Gorn Park, both over 3 miles on soft ground.
I really love Paisley Park, and I give him another go if he comes back and he proves that he's not. He doesn't have problems, but even a full-on fit Paisley Park, I think Benny had beaten over 3 miles. But she wants all the 3 miles.
Yeah,
I
just think everything went right for Honeysuckle the last day. Robbie Power, we talk about team tactics on the flat all summer. He balls that one up if that was meant to be team tactics anyway. Honeysuckle got the perfect run, so I don't know. I'd be very interested in the rematch.
The rematch would be very good, but I can't see Honeysuckle being beat at all. I think she's good. Over 3 miles, over 2.5 miles, Honeysuckle wins. Over 3 miles, Benny wins.
Just a word there on the third favourite in some of the markets, that L'Autonomie, the French mare. She's very, very good. But I watched one of her races and she's an absolute lunatic. She jumped out to the right like a mad joke. I can't see her going too well around Cheltenham, to be honest.
And here's one I actually liked for last year's running. Maria's Rock Dark Horse was for the novice last year. I liked her last season. I think it was a shame she missed it, but she's a dark horse now. I'll be keeping on the right side of next season.
She's going to have to step up a bit, though, to be fair. Like, the two at the head of the market are proper grade 1 open company mares, you know.
Oh, yeah, if you got a good price on Maria's Rock, fair enough, but she's pounds and pounds to find that. So.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, no matter who turns up, Honeysuckle 4-1, I'll take it now.
Honeysuckle for me.
Yeah. Get on Benny.
She won't. Benny's not fast enough.
I take Concertista at the prices, but just with Concertista as well, her form in Ireland is nowhere near as good as it is at Cheltenham. So she may get beat a couple of times in Ireland. So 10-1 is probably, I'd imagine you'll get near that on the day anyway.
Yeah, if you're going near her, I'd wait for the day and see how she got on all season. Right, on the main stage for the Tuesday, the Champion Hurdle. Epicon, Goshen, Abracadabras, Envoy Allen, Shiskin, Honeysuckle, St. Roy. Surely Goshen will put everything right.
To me, he's. I just never seen any horse do what he did. No, I know it's a Triumph Hurdle, but like, it was an amazing performance, albeit the last hurdle. But it was astonishing what he did. If he gets around and he comes out, I reckon if he comes out and I don't know, maybe in the Fighting Fish or something in Newcastle, his first run of the season, and he wins that and travels and jumps and wins it head and chest like he was going to the Triumph, I think he'd be like 2-1 favourite for the champion.
Like, I can see Fighting Fish being an early season target. He's back in training already. They're training him to run him on one run on the flat.
I think it'll be Fighting Fish to be a nice track for him as well. He'll be going left-handed in the scale kick, and it's a good galloping track.
Like, we've had some discussions in the group, like who horses, like there was Honeysuckle, like who did Honeysuckle beat, and Goshen, who did Goshen beat. To me, it doesn't matter who they beat, as long as they do it consistently, impressively each time. Like Goshen, how many lengths did he win altogether? About 90 something.
Yeah,
he was going to be the best juvenile hurdle winner probably ever. He's not a normal juvenile in the way he's built. He's a big boy, so he's going to train on. There's no doubt about it. I just think his running style, he just nothing can go with him. 6-1. I know it's short for a horse that hasn't won a Grade 1 that's fell at Cheltenham, but
he won a Grade 1.
He would have been bar falling. It's a great price. Where's this? Tomas. Where's 6-1? I have all these prices are from Oddschecker, so I don't know which one it is. Go on Oddschecker and you find out.
Hang on, I'm on Oddschecker. I'll find. Are you talking shite, Andrew?
No, it's on Oddschecker last night.
Oh, 5-1.
5-1. Gone. Yeah, but I think if he improves any normal improvement, I think he's going to be very hard to beat, even giving Epicon £7. I just think he's that classy. It reminds me of Faheen.
She's good too now. Epicon is good. She doesn't get the credit she deserves.
She won a probably not the best year though this year, didn't she? So
yeah, it wasn't the best champion hurdle ever, but she's a good mare.
She's the right favourite.
She is the right favourite. She's a returning champion hurdle winner. The rest of them, Goshen was going to win a Triumph Hurdle, and Abracadabras was second in the Supreme. I think they're the most likely two to take her on. Out of the three of them, I would take a punt on Goshen. I think what's interesting though, you've got Envoy Allen, Shishkin, and Honeysuckle are next in the market. I can't see any three of them running in this race. And then you've got St. Roy, who's 20-1. Aramon is making his form look very, very good. Everyone seems to be talking about a piece of work he did up at the Curragh just before Cheltenham. So, if they don't normally talk about that with handicappers. So I would give him a chance that he can go and improve. And at 20-1, I'm happy to take a chance on him at 20-1.
And here's we get your thoughts on this one.
He's the
over there.
No, put it away.
I know, but
get rid of that comment, please.
It's nearly as bad as your tip now.
What?
It's nearly as bad as your one for the stayers.
We get it. Mine, don't you start. I'm gonna lap yours.
St. Roy is the each way bet at the moment anyway, I think as well, Tom. his form has been backed up and on the clock and everything. It was actually a very good time. So,
and he's also won at Tramore.
They're playing around the champions. It's Tramore, Tom.
It's turning out to be, isn't it?
Go on, give us the 4 horses, Tom, that won in Tramore. They won in Champions.
Jesus, on the spot.
Quickly.
Come on, we just gave you one.
Quickly.
Lorena, St. Roy.
Yeah.
Who are the other 2?
Album Photo.
And Penn Hill.
Oh, Jesus, Album Photo, yeah. Shouldn't forget him, really, should we?
No. Absolute legend. Right, I think Goshen will win Champion Hurdle either way.
Goshen for me too.
Right.
St. Roy at the prices, 20-1.
Right, on to what could be one of the races of the week, the RSA Novice Chase. There is a few horses that could line up in this now, making an absolute belter. You have Envayan, who probably go Marsh, Monkfish, latest exhibition, Fury Road, the first 3 of the Albert Barrett last year. Then you have Sam Crow.
How was Sam Crow in there?
Oh, well, that must be a mistake. My bad. Doyle Care and Time Hill.
Emmett Tom, what a shit horse.
No, what an absolute yak. I'd hate to own him. Anyway, I really, really like Monkfish.
I hope they all turn up the same lads that were in the potato race last year, because that was a great race.
Oh, how did I get the name potato race?
I don't know.
Tom, you usually know stuff like this.
The sponsors, that's what their business is, isn't it?
Yeah,
that makes sense. No, if you're stupid.
But I'd be all over latest exhibition. I can't for the life of me have Monkfish at 7-1 and then latest exhibition at 16-1.
Do you know what?
And there was all of a nose between them.
After near the end of last season, there was straight away talk of latest exhibition going 4 miler. Straight away, that's all I heard. Latest exhibition going 4 miler. But if he turns up, it's going to be some race. The one with Fury Road. What puts me off him is even when David was on the show during lockdown, he said he got outstayed going up the straight. So to me, why would you go back against the same people that outstayed you in a different way? That's going to be honest. That's not a stiffer track. Yeah, well, I won't go against him again. I drop him down, even though Envayan is. Davey really, really likes Fury Road.
Really likes it. In my opinion, what's going to make this race even more interesting. And I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 English come out. But the Irish novices chases, the 2 mile, 4, 3 mile novices chases, I can see one of Monkfish might win one. Latest exhibition might win another. Fury Road might win another. And I could see no standout going into Cheltenham, and you get a good price on all of them. And it'll be like, who's best on the day?
That is because
they're 3 right good horses.
They're going to meet each other. They're going to meet at Christmas. They're going to meet at the Dublin Racing Festival.
Yeah.
Then they're going to meet at Cheltenham. But I think Monkfish, I think he won very snugly. Even though it was only nose, I think he was only hitting top here when Paul actually went from. Paul even got off and said, I never felt the horse pick up like I did when I went from. The response was immediate. So even for Richie to come out and say, this is my best chance of winning the Gold Cup. So
yeah, he's at saying that numerous times.
Well, look, he's good. He's very good. And look, the price are fair as well. Like 10-1, 16-1, 16s. I can see Time Hill staying over hurdles.
She's a pony.
Who?
He's an absolute pony of a horse. He'd never jump a fence, I wouldn't say.
Time Hill?
Yeah,
he's small. The other 3 are quite big. Monkfish, latest exhibition, the Fury Road, they're all big, gangly.
Yeah.
Commander of Death.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd pick the other 2 over Fury Road, but that Commander of Fleet is not even half the horse Fury Road is. So
now see this one.
That rules him out.
This horse, Bright Forecast. I put him up in the Forgotten Horses video.
Yeah, it was
last year.
It was 4th in the Neptune. Or whatever it was the year before.
The 2-year layoff will worry me, but he's a lot of talent.
Trainer will worry me.
Yeah, he's a bad trainer. Monkfish Gold comes up winning. Yeah, I'd agree. What?
Time would Ben Sir Burley back over. But man, Thomas.
Jesus. Yeah, I take Monkfish here. I think I really, really like him. I can't see Boy Allen running this at all. This is a race for stayers and Gold Cup horses, and I think he's got a bit too much speed. Monkfish did it very well at Cheltenham last year. And yeah, I really, really like him, to be honest. Diol Kerr beat him in a maiden hurdle. Diol Kerr hasn't run since November 19, has never been to Cheltenham, and gets put up for all of these races Ante-Post. Like he was tipped for the Albert Bartlett last year. He's tipped for the RSA now this year.
He must be fragile, Tom, though, because we never see him.
Oh, he must be fragile as hell, but he's some ability and some reputation. I saw him win his point to point, and he's a big, gorgeous chaser. You couldn't back him because God knows if we get to the track, but he did beat Monkfish by 7 lengths. That was on Monkfish's first start of the season. But I think, yeah, I agree with Rich Ritchie. If he's got a Gold Cup horse, this is it.
We get to this, Thomas. Don't worry.
Plus average, says the Crystal Palace fan.
Oh, right. We'll move on. Monkfish for me.
Latest exhibition.
Monkfish for me.
There we go. This is where it gets interesting. Champion Chase. Chacun Pour Soi. Altior. Definitely the slow. Absolute tired. Put the kettle on. Place the slow and Allaho.
2 horses in this for me. The top 2 are the right top 2 in the market. Altior, in my opinion, should be favourite, so he's a pretty good price. His ratings are way above Chacun's. Now, in that sense, Chacun he's had that one good race at Leopardstown where he looked really, really, really good and beat Min, and that form was franked. But I stand by my opinion that Altior will be better against better horses, and he tends to just be lazy and do what he has to do. I think in a better race he'd travel better. So I'd be all over Altior, and the stats back up Arkle winners going for the Champion Chase, and they have a really, really good record. I don't think Put the Kettle On is anywhere near as good as Altior and Chacun, but the race every year,
Farm Champion Chasers.
The race every year, Farms Champion Chasers, and the Champion Chase in itself every year has 2 or 3 at the top of the market that don't turn up. So she's a really good price at 22 as well.
I agree with the Altior stuff. I think if Altior ran in a 7 hurdle or chase, he'd win by half a length because he only ever does enough. He's the best 2-mile chaser I've ever seen. People will disagree with that, with Mastermind or whoever. But what is he? He went 19 unbeaten before he meet Surname. Like last year, they ran him over a trip because of more or less peer pressure. What is he? He'll be in 10, 11?
Yeah, and look, if you look at it this way, right? If they didn't have that run last year, or even they had that run last year, and he hadn't got that absence or whatever he had, he would have won the Champion Chase. There's no way he'd get the price they're getting on it now.
He would have won it. If he turned up and he won the Champion Chase, you'd be looking at 3-1 at best. He's more likely to turn up than Chacun. You've seen how many times has Chacun run in the last 4 years?
Yeah, he seems to have issues.
From the System Crack fan.
You shut up now, carefully selected. What is you going?
At least he runs.
Wouldn't surprise me. There's always 1 or 2 big name horses don't make the festival, and you'd be like, oh, that's a shame. I wouldn't be surprised if Chacun don't make it again.
So it's March 2016. So in 4 years, Chacun Pour Soi has ran 4 times.
Yeah,
there you go. That's what I mean. Like.
He's very, very fragile.
Riddled with ability. Also riddled
with injury.
Very good.
That's grand. I'll back him the day he turns up and he's declared, and I'm getting my money back, or best odds, or not best odds guaranteed, or
Non-runner
when you get your money back, non-runner no bet. Yeah, I couldn't back him before that though.
No,
I don't like this race, so I wouldn't back Chacun Pessoa, even though I really like him. Altior, yeah, he's getting older now, isn't he? I just don't know about him. Defi, I couldn't back him. A Plutard, the trainer says he doesn't jump well enough to win a champion chase, so I can't go and back him. The Arkle winner, she is putting the kettle on. She kind of, I don't know, she is what she is. I'd be surprised if she's good enough, but she does keep surprising us. Politolog, Alaho, no chance. But the one I'll throw into it falls into that doesn't run very often, or hasn't run in a long time, I should say, is Larichberg. Hasn't run since February 2019, but was very good. It turned inside out over fences, basically. It's rated 160 and is only a 7-year-old. I just think he's 40-1 with one firm. And you know that's probably too big. It's a race in which I'd like to look further down the list because I'm happy to take on the ones at the top of the market right now for different reasons. So the Larichberg of 40-1's a decent poke, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, that's not a bad show. He was probably miles best of that novice bunch in Ireland because they were cat. The rest of them.
Yeah.
He could well have been, yeah.
But like Altior 8-1. Like people are getting caught up in last year. If you write off, like he got beat once in bottomless ground around Ascot over a trip that stretched him. You're getting 8-1 on a Supreme Novice winner, an Arkle winner, a dual champion chaser, a dual Tingle Creek winner. What else did he do?
Just won everything.
Everything, like
it's crazy. 8-1 is a nuts price.
Like, you know me. I age for champions like that, for horses like that. He'll be campaigned for one target and one target only, and it'll be that.
And he's not been over raced.
And he's never. The only time he's ever been injured was last year.
Yeah.
Like you're taking Altior, who's unbeaten 19 times up last year, and multiple grade ones, who's 8-1, and Chacun, who's ran 4 times in 4 years. I'd take 8-1 all day of the week over Chacun.
You're right about that. To be fair, 8-1 is too big about him.
He's kind of double the price he should be. So it seems to me like it's a really good bet.
Yeah, I just convinced myself to back him tonight. I really like Altior 8-1, and I might see can I give it a 40s on Larichberg because that's not a bad show.
Yeah, I'd take a Larichberg of 40s now just for literally a couple of pennies, but Altior is probably the other one.
Because it's notoriously a race that puts up every year.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Move on to Marsh Novice Chase. Envoy Allen wins this. I'll sit back and see what you have to say.
To be honest, I don't think there's much point in spending a lot of time on this. If he turns up I'm sure that's the plan, he'll win it. He's a very, very good horse.
He's one of the best horses in training.
Yeah, 7-2 at the minute wouldn't interest me in backing him, but I think if this race was tomorrow, he's definitely the most likely winner for me.
After this race tomorrow, he's odds on. He's so much ability. See this flight?
He's not leaving you alone at all. He keeps going. Ooh, nice.
Anyway. Yeah, I think he's one of the best horses in training. I think he will absolutely hose up in this. He's every bit making of a chaser. He's a big lad. Davy Russell thinks the world of him. Gordon Elliott thinks the world of him. Like what worried me about the price, even what was it when he won the Ballymore, he was what 2-1 the night before, and he went off odds on. That's saying how much people think of him and how much of a certainty this fella is for this. I think maybe my idea of one of the certainties of the week.
I'm sure he was last year, and I'm sure he is this year again. people will be loading money on week after week that do a lot of Ante-Post betting. He'll be the make or break for him, really, won't he, for the whole week, as long as he turns up. I think all Barron Falls, if he turns up, he wins. He's better than the rest of them.
He's a lot better. Like Siskin's not going to run. The big getaway is all right. Honeysuckle's not going to run. Time Hill won't run. Chantry House is all right. Monkfish is not going to run, and the rest of them he could pick him up on his back, drop him 2 fences out, start and still beat him.
Yep.
What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, no, Envoy Allen for me. Yeah, definitely. I think he's by far the best. Yeah.
Okay. Any comments? Hold on, let me see a few comments. The big getaway.
Right.
Huh?
Tomas got something right.
For once.
The big getaway. Yeah, nice horse, but
not good.
Don't have the class of Envoy Allen for me.
No. We get on to the novice hurdlers at the end. We're not going to go through the novice hurdlers. We'll just give out who we think are potential good ones. Right. One that divides opinion as well. The Ryanair chase. A Plutard, Min, Sam Crow, Allaho, Lost in Translation, Definitely Decide, Real Steel, and that yak that is presenting Percy. Maslerino and 25-1 bar.
I'll take it away on this then. This went from last year. I went through this race a bit like, we had look at the champion chase there, but I went through this race because I thought it was a weak division, and I was against some of the ones at the top of the market. So I looked outside the box and found a Plutard. This year, it now looks one of the strongest races because you've got the first 4 in the market. I could see definitely running there. Real Steel, I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped him back to this trip either. And then you've got a couple of others that might run. A Plutard just didn't seem to go a yard the last day of the festival. I don't know why. Min was very...
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Getting us on.
Convincing us after 4 months.
Thanks, Tom.
Shit, wasn't it? 25s goes off 7-4, 13 days. Useless.
And loses.
All I know is
you got Sam Crow, who has turned inside out over fences since Limerick at Christmas.
Give us your reason why, Tom.
Very, very good training performance.
He said
training performance. I don't know. Fair play to him. I don't know how he managed to do that with that horse. I have no idea. Real Steel. What's that?
You must have went up to JP's for a little. Jingle saying must have slipped him a bit of money. Do what you did to Binocular, will you please?
No idea. I mean, it's just a very good training performance. But Real Steel stepping back is interesting. He went very well in the Gold Cup, but I don't know whether he was just flattered by them not going crazy, and they were all kind of there, weren't they? And some of them were all going well there.
Heart attack.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The one I'm going to throw in, I've nothing against Allaho, especially at that trip either. The one I'm going to throw in, I'm going to stick with him for now anyway, is Simply the Bets. Very, very impressed with the way he did it at the festival. He's a young horse. He's still improving over fences. He ran to a very good mark that day, and he's 25-1. Is that what price he is? Yeah, 25-1. I'm very happy to take that with him.
I am all over Allaho. This is tailor-made trip, 2 mile 4. He staged 3 miles, but he just staged very strongly. I think himself and Manana Indo cut each other's throat last year in the RSA. Dropped down 2 mile 4. He has the pace to lie up. He stays well. Perfect trip. Jumps superb. I think he's absolutely tailor-made horse for the Ryanair. And I'm on already at 16s.
Okay, I understand the Allaho thing, and I've nothing. He could well win it and all that, but you can forget. You can say he gets outstayed. whatever he does, he just seems to find one horse that beats him. So, and I get worried about horses like that. I don't know if they have a big day. The best horse in the race, if he turns up, is Lost in Translation.
He won't.
Surely they'll go for the Gold Cup, though.
He'll go Gold Cup again.
I don't know what they'll do. He won't stay the Gold Cup trip anyway, and the stats are all against him. So he's not going to win the Gold Cup. And then, if he turned up again, I don't know if he turn up here or where he go. I'd be interested in Mellon, because he just runs really well at Cheltenham. He probably might not win the race, might not be great all season. He'll turn up at Cheltenham at 33-1 or something if he was in this, and he'll probably place. So I'd be interested in him.
I'd love to see him get a chance at the World Cup trip. I think he's crying out for a trip. I think he's absolutely crying out for a step up and trip, and I think like his festival form is unbelievable.
Look, he'd be a wild price, but and he's not. He probably won't win, but
you're going to get your run for your money.
He's ran.
Like he'll go to Leopardstown at Christmas time. He'll run average. He'll go to the Dublin Racing Festival. He'll run shite. He does it every year, and he comes to Cheltenham and he turns himself inside out.
He's run 4 Grade 1s at Cheltenham.
Second in every single one.
And he's second in 4 Grade 1s. So his Cheltenham form is rock solid.
Second in Supreme. Second in 2 Champion Hurdles. Second in a Marsh.
The one I'm gonna, just so you know as well, Allaho and Simply the Bet are rated the same over fences. So, you're knocking of my Simply the Bets.
I
don't care about ratings. You know that,
Tom. I wouldn't be against Simply the Bets, but I do think he has still a little bit to prove. To be honest,
he does. There's no doubt, Dave. Yeah, he's got to go and improve again. But I just think he's the type who could go and improve again. You know.
Don't get me wrong. He's a good horse. I just don't think he's a Ryanair horse. I don't think he has that much improvement into him to challenge at the top level.
If he came out now, Tom, and ran in the Paddy Power and won it off top weight or near top weight, a similar performance again, I'd be all over him for the Ryanair. Then I would be on that.
I think they'll go into graded company with him pretty much straight away. I'd like to see them train him like a good horse and see how they get on.
We've put up I put up a novice, you put up a novice. Like Allaho could end up being dirt. Like we don't know how good novices are going to go into open company. So like Allaho could be dirt. Simply Best could improve that much. I'm just going on what I like, and you're going on what you like.
I'm going to put up another 33-1 shot here. Another novice, and it's gonna be like Percy all over again. You're gonna rip this at me because I've said it before on this show, but carefully selected, pulled his chance away in the 3 mile 6 or the 4 miler last time, right? The horse has so much ability. He's absolutely loads of ability. Second in the Champion Bumper. You need plenty of speed for that, right? He was third in the Punchestown Champion Bumper. He's then third in the Grade 1 over hurdles as well. You need a bit of speed for that. He's going to run over 2.5 miles over fences. And he just pulled his chance away. He was just so keen the whole way around. I counted it, and I think I remember counting he made 3 mistakes the whole way around. And one of those was the last where he just stumbled and unseated Patrick because he was so punch drunk coming to it. Like the horse has so much ability. I'm sure somebody's ripping the piss at me now, but go on. God, no one cares. Yeah, nice. Thanks, Wayne.
We were doing so well.
He's so pissed off.
We were doing so well, right? We were agreeing on stuff. We were putting out wild prices and picking good horses, and then you had to go and pick that fucking yak.
He can't. His jumping is fucking useless.
You said he made.
I told you. Go back and watch. Go back.
He can't make one mistake. He can't jump. He's useless. He's too fat.
He actually doesn't jump that bad, lads. Go back and watch that race at Cheltenham.
He runs and he makes a mistake.
Go back and watch the race at Cheltenham and tell me how many mistakes he makes.
That's going to be your cliff horse, Tom.
This is worse than Percy.
We need to move on from this. This is crazy now.
That's right, because until he fell, carefully selected, and run in 12 races, including point to points, and he'd never been outside the first 3. So
Tom, he was 25 lengths behind in a 4-mile race.
yeah, he was too keen. He pulled like a 2-mile the whole way around.
I can't. You see that race over in Czech Republic, the Par de Bica or whatever, that's 6 miles long. That wouldn't even be long enough for him.
He doesn't need a triple. He's not too slow. He's got loads of speed. He was second in the champion bumper, beating the neck. He's loads of speed.
Who beat him?
Relegate.
There you go.
Briar Hill won a champion bumper. That horse couldn't win a race over 6 miles.
He just wasn't very good, but
Either is carefully selected.
I'm telling you, don't give up on carefully selected. But literally, you're basing that on one run. So
No,
Don't
based
give up.
on all the race I see him.
His whole
over
entire
fences.
life of being useless.
He's not impressed.
No.
He's not
I'm
impressed.
not having it. I'm not having it.
Right, we move on for Tom kills. On to the next one. Stairs Hurdle. Paisley Park, Betty DeJew, Honeysuckle, Envoy Allen, Derver Star, Time Hill, Sire de Burley, Liz Nagar, Oscar, the defending champ, and 20-1 bigger arrest.
There's 70 odd or something people watching. I hope to God one of them is Willie Mullins or Patrick Mullins. Please run Benny in this.
Please.
I'm pleading with you. Just run her in this and let her win it, and then you can retire her.
Just run her in the Galmoy in January. Put her away. Just give her a nice little break.
She don't even need.
Build
She
her up.
needs 2 runs.
Yeah.
They got 3 runs. The Galmoy,
Yeah, once.
the Galmoy, the Stairs, and Punchdown. Retire her then. Job done. Get a new one. Leave her. Go have this.
Wow. Yeah. Benny DeJew turns up here. She wins.
You know what I'm going to tip, and I'm just waiting for you to take the piss out of me already. So
Is it carefully selected?
No, it's goddamn Sire de Burley.
yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, so I'm happy to take a chance on Sire de Burley. Paisley Park, you're taking a chance on him coming back because of his heart operation. We saw you can come back from it, but we saw the likes of Sprinter Sacre and stuff. It's really not a good thing to get, is it? Sire de Burley, as I said before, has literally been off twice in the last 2 years. Like he's had his target of the Pertemps 2 years in a row. You watch his race around Warwick to get qualified into it. Like, you know, he's literally tried twice in the last 2 years properly, and he's got him one. Both at the Cheltenham Festival, both off of both in 3-mile races. Off a mark of 152 the last day to a racing post rating of 164. He's got an official rating now of 158. He hasn't got improved that much to be involved in the finish of the Stairs Hurdle. So in a dodgy division, I'm happy to take a chance on him. Go on, pop it up. What now? Robbie, I've taken paracetamol. I've taken.
Wait more.
What? Robbie, me and you are friends, mate.
We still have the Gold Cup to come,
Oh.
and you have another shit
We
one.
never even got to the Gold Cup, like.
Oh, this is
Oh.
goals.
So
But if Benny doesn't run, I'll take a chance at Paisley Park. Like, he had a heart attack.
That's
He lost-
original.
He had a heart attack. He lost 3-2.
Exactly.
And he still nearly beat him. What, was he 7th? Beaten what, 8 lengths?
He was tanked.
I tell you, he turns up, he will whoop the lot of them.
I'd love to see him come back, but he's basically dead, so it's probably not going to happen.
That's fantastic. So, Andrew, just to get this right, you're on the first 2 favourites in the market.
I'm on the realistic winners, Tom. Realistic winners. Not things that are going to be finishing tailed off, pulled up.
Have you tipped anything over 10-1 yet?
Yeah. Have you tipped anything that actually has a chance of winning?
Oh.
I love Cheltenham.
Moving on.
Oh,
Can I remind you of a Plutard last year? This is how it started.
Oh, no, there's no chance of getting wrapped up in this yoke. He's won 2 handicaps around Cheltenham. He's not going to beat bloody
off very
easy.
high marks. He's done it off high marks, though.
Taste of the crack if he turns up is a right bet. He is, isn't it? Right. This is just for us. Before we get into this, anyone that's in our chat, there's been this big. We basically moved the market for this race. We are on Princess Zoe at ridiculous prices.
I think some of the lads were texting in about who came up with this, and I think it's Robbie.
Robbie was, yeah.
Was it Robbie?
So how this came about was I put her up on the flat after she was the biggest eye catcher you will ever see at Navan on her first start in Ireland. So I put her up on
that race, and she was fucking. Yeah. She got.
So I put her up the next day and the time after that, and it was the time after that. Robbie said, "Do you see Princess Zoe is running?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I did." And he said, "It came up on my Bet365." He said, "She's entered for the mares. She's in the market for the Mares Novice Hurdle." And the second he said it, I was like, "That's very interesting." 66 to 1. Credit to Robbie. I would never have thought of her for this race until he said it. But as soon as he said it, it made sense. She won then the first day at Galway. We started backing her at 66s. We kept backing her at 50s. And then she won again the last day. She'd have to make us some amount of money already because we're after backing her last 3 times now that she's won. And she's a really, really nice mare. She's going to be rated at least 100, I think, by the time she's finished on the flat. She's meant to be going for the Cesarewitch. What's interesting is Tony Mullins got interviewed after she's won, and the last twice he said the owner has backed her for the Mares Novice, so I suppose she'll be schooled. Tony Mullins is a jumping man through and through. If he thinks he's got a mare that's rated 100, that the owner wants to run over hurdles, and he thinks she'll go well. She's by Jukebox Jury, whose progeny do really, really well over hurdles. If he thinks he's got half a chance, he's gonna school her and run her over hurdles if he thinks he can get to Cheltenham. He doesn't have that many chances to get to Cheltenham. This is his golden ticket, lads. She is an absolute monster of mare. Love her.
Even on her rating, like there's not many horses on the flat that go jumping at that rating. Off the top of my head, I think Penn Hill was the last one, and he won an Albert Bartlett and a Stayers.
Sir Eric would have been another one.
Yeah.
But there's not many horses that go jumping off of marks of that, let alone bloody mares. I think she's got a hell of a chance. Like, she's probably being targeted here. The owner has her backed. When he was saying that the owner had her back, she was 66 to 1. So you can take it the owner is on at 66s. 25s or, yeah, she's still 25s in a place. I make her about 16 to 1 shot. So
she's as short as 12 in the place as well.
Yeah. I love Queensbrook. I was putting Queensbrook up for this, and I've got a saver on Queensbrook because I think she's a lovely mare. But I just think if this one takes the hurdling, she's just got a touch of class.
Yeah, I
agree.
I can't wait.
I just want to see her take the hurdling, and then we're.
I can't believe we're all on this, lads. We're all agreed.
There's 60 people in the group, and I think the 60 of them are on it. I think we moved.
I think it's some party if she wins.
The way she races behind the bridle and stuff, it really looks to me like she'll suit hurdles and suit like that pace that we go over hurdles and stuff.
She travels so well.
I think if she comes out and wins her first hurdle race, I think she'd win it impressively and she'd be half that price again then.
She'd be favourite, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I told you about my bet, didn't I?
Yeah.
What? Do I not to know this?
For the Grand National.
Oh, Jesus.
Her and Easy's land, isn't it?
Princess Zoe and Easy's land. 1,325 to 1 the double.
Lovely. Nice.
And I think both of them are certainties.
Your wedding could be free.
I tell you, it'd be some crack. It'd be more than free.
Now, on to the last one. Gold Cup. Album Santini, Champ, Menena Indo, Lost in Translation, Top of the Game, Delta Work, Sam Crow, and bigger rest.
You didn't even put him in.
He's not in the top. He's 28-1 somewhere.
Tom is going to tip up Presenting Percy, but there's realistically only a small few chances in this race.
He's one of them, yeah?
He has Bob Hope and No Hope.
The defending champion
Bob Hope
is
just
coming
died.
back and probably is the most likely winner. And then, in my opinion, you have Champ, if he gets his jumping in order, clearly has a ridiculously good engine. But if he jumps like he did in the RSA, he's not going to win.
Nope.
He's a bit mental too, and I like that. And then, top of the game, if his glass legs hold together, will be right there. So
At least he looked wet in the paddock.
There's look, I'm going to tell you, he's a lovely looking horse, but you need to race him.
I think you can't get away from Alvin Photo. Dual Gold Cup winner, doesn't get the credit he deserves. End of story. Scantini, he'll get going when the race is over. Champ needs Harry Potter to fix his jumping. I don't think Manila Indo has the class. Lost in translation won't stay. Delta work or top of the game needs to go down to Waterford Crystal and have a look at himself. The rest of them are just shite.
That's the best analogy of a Gold Cup field I've ever seen.
Back Alvin Photo, we'll win, lads. Simple as.
He's still on. I said it this time last year or whatever. We done the first video. He was 8-1, and he was still some price. He's actually still some prices, 6-1.
Where are you going to get a dual Gold Cup?
He's going to follow the same route, Tremor, and then maybe one more race, or Tremor, and then Cheltenham.
Tremor straight Cheltenham.
Job done. Bob's your uncle, family man.
3-time Cheltenham Cup winner.
That's why he's lasting though. I mean, has it taken us this long from the days of Best Mate to Album Photo for trainers to realise with your Gold Cup winner that it takes an awful lot out of them to win a Gold Cup? No matter if they win it by 20 lengths on a bridle, it's going to take an awful amount out of them. What's that?
Even Patrick said they kind of stumbled on it. It wasn't the plan, and they didn't know what to do. They kind of stumbled on Tremor, and then that season he was late coming in, and
they didn't want to rush him.
And they kind of stumbled on what worked. And he kind of said this season again they wanted to run him sooner, but they were waiting for him to get his little bit of soft ground, and it's working.
I really hope they stick to if it ain't broke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, like.
Yeah.
I hope they do the same again, and I wouldn't bet against him winning 3 Gold Cups on a bounce, to be honest.
Like the reason I really like him, it's he won 2 different styles of Gold Cups. He won an end-to-end gallop the first time, and then he won a slowly run one last year. He can win either way. He's the most solid horse in the race. He's a goddamn 2-time Cheltenham Gold Cup winner, and he's 6-1. It's ridiculous. Like 6-1 is a massive price. He's not a sexy horse. I don't want a bigger price of one of the stag for him, but I really like Monolith.
Fuck him.
I know, I really like him. I just think he's been a bitch up to last year. An absolute bitch. He never went through with his effort. But last year was the making of him. He was beaten and knows, I think, an Irish Gold Cup where Rachel, I think, lost one of her irons. And
I wonder if Harvey was kissing him or something.
Harvey must have been there that day. He was in a good mood that day.
You know who Harvey is, Tom?
No.
Harvey's the
goat. The goat, yeah.
I wonder if
It'll be interesting to see who Rachel rides if Minella Indo and Monolly meet each other before the race, obviously.
Jason's here. Jason works for Henry. Is Harvey still in the yard? Obviously. Is he?
The goat?
Yeah.
Has to be.
He's not there anymore. As we just wait for Jay to type
Come on, Jason, for God's sake.
I wouldn't rule Manella Indo out though, lads. I think he idled when he hit the front against Allaho, and he stayed on again then when Champ went past him. He needs to grow up a bit, but I think he definitely will.
Yeah. I think it's ridiculous that he's shorter than Monolly in the bet.
Potential, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, while we're waiting for Jay there, the Presenting Percy thing.
Oh, look, Jay's here.
Jay's here. Saved by Jay.
Yeah. Let's go, Harvey. Monolly's not winning, but Harvey's a legend.
I love Harvey. Jay, can we go and see Harvey? Please. Like
Harvey. Presenting Percy, lads. He was 50-1. He's half that price now, where he's 33s in the place.
That's because you're talking about €100 million on him.
I wish the match was still on now because I wouldn't have to listen to it.
But you're talking about a horse who ran to an RPI of 172 on his last start.
For hours again. He's shit, Tom. He's had so many practices.
You said to me, I think he'll win a race next year.
All right, he won't win the Gold Cup.
What race do you think he'll win next year?
The Galway one.
I was going to say it. I was only going to say the Galway one.
There's no chance in running that. He hasn't got to improve much. He switched to Gordon from Pat Kelly, who hasn't had a winner in a long time. He was only beaten 3 lengths, 4 lengths, and 4 and a bit lengths in 3 grade ones last year. If he can switch that form around and improve a few lengths, then he's going to be bang there. I'm not interested in backing him at 14 to 1, 16 to 1, but he was 50 to 1. He was too big, so we took the price. We'll take the gamble. The dream is still alive that Percy can win a Gold Cup. But
do you know what the mad thing is, right?
Don't you start agreeing.
No. You just won't leave this Gold Town, right? And the Gold Cup is on next year on your wedding day. And it's going to be the happiest day of your life.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Or so they say. And he's going to ruin that for you. Like.
He won't.
He's not going to come anywhere. And you're building it up. And you've got another 6 months of building it up. And the day before the wedding, everybody's excited about the wedding. Tom's excited about presenting Percy.
What time you get married at?
That's to be decided.
Tom, will you take Siobhan? Suppose.
Gets married. Gets married, right? Everybody's excited. Siobhan's delighted. Tom's happy. It's like, why are you so happy? Because you got married. No, it's an hour. Present
you know what's going to happen?
What's wrong with you, Tom? You got married today.
I can see it.
Presenting Percy lost.
This is what's going to happen. You'll have the suit on, green and white tie.
Oh, that's a good shout, actually.
And you know what?
Christ, what am I have to do? Sorry, Siobhan.
I'm not going to about it. I'm going to tell you I told you so.
Look, he would have been about 4th. The Racing Post think he would have finished 4th. I'm inclined to agree with him. I might have at random prices. I won't be bothered. Princess Zoe is going to bolt up the day before. I'm on her to thousands because she was 66 and 50-50s. So I'll be delighted with that anyway.
Now, if she turns up, you might not be turning up for your wedding.
Who, Princess Zoe?
Oh, very good.
No, I'm not. That's the point about Percy. We'll let Percy do the talking now, but 50 was a too big of a price. We're happy to take that.
Right, that's the first Cheltenham one out of the way. Look, 57 minutes. I thought to keep it on an hour.
Hey, Andrew, all I'd say about Percy, if Sam Crow can do it, Percy can do it.
Damn, he's going to get medication.
Drugs.
Can you imagine if...
I'm
not even going to contemplate this thing's actually going to win. We'll never, ever, ever.
I
know it's not.
Fool me once, Tom.
Shame on you.
Fool me twice. Beat me an absolute Tom, and it's never going to happen again.
Imagine if you so, lads.
Breaking news.
Is R for the season.
Yeah, he's ours.
Worse
than even talking.
Back to school, Robbie.
Here's a question. I asked, do any of you give Sam Crow a chance in the Gold Cup, or will he go Ryanair?
I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up...
It's chicken.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sam Crow walked on water next year. He could... Sam Crow could do anything with a 6-week break.
You could have given me 50 horses to beat 14 in that Marsh chase, and I wouldn't have picked Sam Crow as any of them.
I forgot to talk about. Before we go, novice hurlers you're looking forward to?
Ballyadam.
Bob Ollinger.
Yeah, but I like Bob Ollinger, but Ballyadam, Jamie Codd got off him and said this could be the best horse I've ever ridden. He's ridden Envoy Allen, plenty of good ones. I'm happy to take a price on him for both the Supreme. We said it when he was 40s, and for the Ballymore as well. He won't go for the Albert Bartlett, but he'll go for one of those two races, and he could be an aeroplane.
I think if you follow the Cheveley Park horses in novice hurdles this year, you'll make some money. Fernie Hollow is very good. Malone Road is supposed to be out next week.
Yeah, Monday.
He's quite fragile.
He's out Monday.
Monday. He's entered on Monday.
No way. Jesus, that's good.
Quite fragile, so it's hard to know what to make of him. But in Fernie Hollow and Ballyadam, they have two right good bumper horses.
Here's one you liked as a bumper horse.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, but it's hard to know.
He bombed out, didn't he? He bombed out badly.
That run worried me, but like he's a very good trainer, and sure he'll win a couple of novice hurdles for sure.
With a very good trainer.
Little plug there, Tom, was it?
Who's that?
That's the weekly Joseph O'Brien Lamloon plug.
Going very well on the gallops, as we've seen.
All you need now is to get carefully selected and present Percy to Joseph's, and you might have
to see him. Not when they're but to see him.
I've got a bit of faith in Big G as well. He knows what he's doing. So
yeah, he's a good trainer. There's no doubt about it.
Big G. Right, last words. Who are you looking forward to seeing next season in general?
The most? Benny, my favourite horse.
Tom?
I got 3. 4.
No,
5.
More.
Always has more.
I got 5, right?
Jesus Christ.
3, 4, 5.
Sire
de Burley.
Go for them. Go. I bet you can name them. Try and name them.
Okay. Princess Zoe.
Yeah.
Present
Percy.
Yeah.
Sire de Burley.
Yeah.
Carefully selected.
Yeah.
And there must be a hurdler in there somewhere.
Goshen.
No, Ballyadam.
There you go.
There's actually 6 because the 6th one is Simply the Bets, all for different reasons. But they're the 6 I'm really looking forward to. I can't wait. Like there's nothing beats the jumps, does it?
No, like this is why we've done this week. Like the race of the weekend is absolutely cash.
Yeah.
And like we're only going to bore people by talking about stuff
don't waste your money.
We've no interest in. So yeah, this could become nearly every second week thing.
Who are you looking for?
Oh, Goshen. I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to see what Tiger Roll does next year.
I like Tiger Roll.
I'm looking forward to see what Tiger Roll does next year. Hey, I like to see a fully fit Tiger Roll go against Eastland.
Can I throw in a 7th? Easy's Land.
No, but go on anyway.
Yeah, Easy's Land. Aeroplane.
It would have been easier to ask him who he's not looking for.
Tom, one horse. You're getting Yak of the Week this week because you picked 7.
Yes. Wait, we make it official. Keep talking.
Here, I'm going to just give one little plug for that because, joking aside, there's 5% left in Lamloon. We've got on unbelievably well. I'm actually quite surprised. So there's still 5% left. There's a couple of people who've messaged me are interested. So if you are interested, get on to me quickly because I expect that to be gone in the next couple of days. So.
All roads lead to Cora?
Yeah, all roads lead to the Irish Cambridgeshire. Spoke to the yard. He's stepping up his work this week. So it's going to be pretty tight to get there. But they're obviously they're not going overboard. But from everything I'm hearing, they're very happy with him. So, yeah, they're very happy. So,
our fingers and toes crossed anyway.
So look, we'll see. You got to be in.
Chris has a question. Who's going to be JP's #1 jockey?
I reckon he's the #1 jockey in England and a #1 jockey in Ireland. Mark Walsh will take all the rides in Ireland and then someone else will take the rides in England. So
I think Aidan Coleman will be nailed on to get it in England, and I think he deserves it.
He's out till October now.
What's that?
He's out till October now.
He's out till October, yeah, but like that's the Saturday jump horses aren't going to be running till then anyway. So, but I think he's a top class jockey who deserves a massive job like that.
That's what I think as well. And I think John will be back up.
Yeah, John will be the backup, and I think say at Cheltenham, if there's a fancied Irish horse, Mark will ride it. A fancied English horse, Aidan will ride.
Yeah.
I say whoever comes over Cheltenham was Irish, Mark. Yeah.
I think the job eventually will be
John Jost.
Maybe in 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah, I think for now they'll keep it split though.
Yeah.
I think they're very happy with Mark Walsh over here. He does a very good job for them. So, and then Aidan's UK based. There's no need to split it up. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's everything. I was reading the comments, Jim, a little bit. Oh, here's an actual good question. Jamie Codd, a better amateur jockey than Patrick Mullins at the moment. Would you agree?
Yeah, he's always been better.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Really?
Not much, but
the Godfather is the man.
Patrick is. It's hard.
That's why Patrick's going to be on this show anyway.
Two of them are very different kind of. Patrick is
different style.
Different style. Patrick's very good at driving a horse home.
Yeah.
And Jamie's very good at finessing a horse through a race. Both of them are the best amateur jockeys ever to race a racetrack.
They're very good. Yeah.
The one thing I'd hit on with them there is if you hear them talk and you hear them talk about a horse, or if you get to speak to them, and it's something I was just about to say about Aidan Coleman, is they're very intelligent guys. Like, they're really, really intelligent. They're clued in. They know exactly what's going on. Like Aidan Coleman, to talk to him about a horse he's a really intelligent bloke. If he wasn't in racing, he would be very successful doing something else. And you'd have to say the same with Patrick Mullins and Jamie Codd. They give you that kind of impression. And I think that's why they're top of their game, you know. They're very intelligent riders, and that's what sets them out.
Like, even when we did the interview with Patrick, geez, you'd sit there all day and listen.
Yeah.
Right. He's hungry. He got to go. So
I've had the dinner, lads.
That's us done for this week. We will be back next week with another live show. I don't know what day yet, but we will be back next week. So again, lads, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you again next week.